Thank you.
And I'm hitting record.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm going mute.
Good evening, it's Mac.
Good evening. Mac.
Good
Hey,
evening.
Mac.
How are you?
Good yourselves?
Afternoon, everybody. Good to see you.
Afternoon.
John?
Afternoon. Hey, Betty.
Nanette, do you see Lisa trying to get in the room at all?
Yeah, she just entered. I just admitted her.
Thank
Hey
you.
guys, hi everyone.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Hi.
Not related, but on the front end, Mary Kay and Mac, I had a chance to spend some time with Jeff Sattler today. I'll have you know we've solved all the facilities challenges. We've got a great plan for the next 5 years. It's all figured
Nice.
out.
All in 1 hour. That's great.
I love that. He should be chair if he is so. Right, Mac?
Exactly right. Speaking of chairs, who's the chair of this committee?
Mac.
I'm sorry?
Mac.
I am? Okay,
Oh,
jeez.
yeah.
Ways and Means carries a lot of weight. Ways and Means.
I guess so. My goodness. Okay. I guess it was 4:30. We'll call this meeting to order. Can we take the roll, please?
Mac Starks
Present.
and Mary Kate Murin.
Present.
Thank you.
Excellent. So we can get right into our fiscal year 2020 single audit presentation. Lisa.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I talked to John about this, John and Dorothy, and I'm going to keep this sweet and to the point, short, sweet and to the point. I'm going to go over the fiscal year 20 single audit. Total fiscal year 20 federal expenditures was approximately $19 million. That was up about $2 million from FY19. The delta of that 2 million pretty much made up of an increase in Pell funding and of about $1 million. And then the other $1 million is made up of the HERF funding, which was obviously new during FY20. So that made up the majority of that change. As part of the audit, we audited 3 major programs. The first one was the Student Financial Assistance Cluster, which is audited as a major program every year. And then the other 2 were the Career and Technical Education Grant and the HERF funding, obviously. So all of our testing on all 3 of those programs and clusters resulted in a single finding, which is finding 2020-001 in the report. That one finding relates to the NSLDS reporting. It's a pretty popular finding. It's actually the most common finding across all of our schools, not just community colleges, but all of our schools that we audit at O'Connor and Drew. Basically, what happens is the federal government requires the college to report student enrollment changes to the NSLDS, or the National Student Loan Data System, within 60 days of the change being reported to the college. So that's for any student that withdrew or dropped from half-time to a quarter time, any change in enrollment status. So we tested 40 students that had a status change. And out of the 40, we found 1 instance of non-compliance where the reporting was late to the NSLDS by 7 days. So it took 67 days to report it. This is a tough one because, and it is, like I said, the most common finding, mostly because there's a middleman in there. The school doesn't report directly to the NSLDS. The clearinghouse is in between. So because of that, it requires extreme efficiency between the registrar's office and the financial aid office working together. And it's pretty difficult based on the fact people take vacation, and sometimes there's things, especially working remotely. I think sometimes it happens quite often that things fall through the cracks. So That was the only finding, again, the most common. So the good news is we don't have any repeat findings, and a repeat finding would have had to have been a consecutive finding between years. And that wasn't a finding last year. The only finding last year related to the TRIO cluster. Now, we didn't audit that as part of the major programs, but as part of our audit, we had to go back and make sure that the prior year finding was not a finding in FY20, and it wasn't. So that's the only thing we really did for TRIO, but it was not a finding. And so you had no repeat findings, because a lot of times repeat findings will trigger a program audit. So you're not reporting any of those. So it's definitely a positive thing to not have them. That's all I was really going to talk about. It's basically the single audit in a nutshell. But if you have any specific questions about the report, I can definitely answer them because I did most of the audit.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. I went through the report previously and just, wanted to hear your thoughts around that one. And that was beyond the 60 days, and but it didn't seem like it was an issue. But I'm glad you hit it over the head already, and that's really my only question.
It's not an issue at all. Like I said, it's the most common finding. It's wicked annoying because of the clearinghouse in between, and then they take time too, to do the reporting. So it requires extreme efficiency. It really does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I thought it was wicked annoying as well.
To be completely professional, it's wicked annoying.
That's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm going to be stealing that one for sure.
Technical term.
Yeah, and 1 out of 40, that rate is really great.
Yeah, for sure.
And given everything that has been going on for the past year too, I mean, I think it's a real success.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So if it's okay, Chair Starks, I will read the motion.
Yes, please.
That the Springfield Technical Community College Board of Trustees Audit Committee, pursuant to the provision of Section 22, Chapter 15A, moves to recommend to the Board of Trustees the approval of the FY 2020 single audit as presented.
I second that motion. And any objections? So moved.
Moved, right. And yet we were both going to say yes,
Exactly.
since we both did that. So we're good.
Awesome.
Excellent.
All right, then the date of the report will be today then, and I will get that finalized tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Lisa.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
so much. Appreciate it, Lisa.
No
Appreciate it.
problem. Thank you.
Right, thank you. And is there any other business?
I don't think so, Mac.
Okay.
We'll be ready for next Monday.
Excellent. Great. Okay.
I just want to thank Dorothy, because Dorothy did all the work with the auditors, and so she really put in a lot of work on this audit. So just want to recognize Dorothy for her work on this.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
All right. Thank you,
Thank you,
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Appreciate you.
Definitely. I guess we'll bring this meeting to an end. Can I have a roll call to adjourn?
Yes, Max Starks
Yes.
and Mary Kate Murin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you all. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.